NCR took back now.
We don't need the NCR.
There are many good things in life, but
Some clowns got cornered in the ruins of Boulder City, but the NCR let them go. That's unusual. Hello again. Bye.
That sweetie sure is something.
The NCR took back Nelson. Maybe they can win this war after all.
Hey, Six, can we stop off somewhere? I need to buy some ammo. And, some
Howdy.
whiskey. And some cigarettes. And
Some
something to
cons
play
got
with.
cornered in
Maybe
the
a
ruins
belt
of
was
Boulder
stolen.
City. The
That'll be good.
NCR let them go. That's unusual. We don't need the NCR.
Anything new happening?
You ever had a pet? I had a mantis once. Senor Slicey Hands. He was like a good... Get the fuck out of people. Get whatever happens. Big mistake, friend.
Whatever you're fixing to do, I'm with you.
Some cons got cornered in... Hey there.
Hey there.
The NCR let him go. That's unusual.
I hear the Great Khans just packed up and left Red Rock Canyon. I always thought the NCR and them would fight it out again.
Anything new happening? Oh, hi again. Goodbye. Hello. Share a whiskey with me sometime? You should have been with us in our glory days. You'd have loved it.
I need to stop drinking.
Trouble.
Well, I saw him coming. You're keener than a household.
Hey, Six, can I borrow a smoke? I'm all out.
Some cons got cornered in the ruins of Boulder City, but the NCR let them go. That's unusual.
Howdy. Name's Bob, but folks around here call me Klamath Bob. What can I do you for? Yeah, good old Klamath. Not a bad place if you like hunting, eating, and skinning geckos all day. It's a pretty dull place, but I hear there was a bit of excitement when this tribal from Arroyo came to town years back. All before my time, though. I might have some answers for you. What did you want to know? I run the liquor store on West Side. With things this rough, some folks need a lot of booze just to step out of the door in the morning. After I close up shop, I walk around and help keep the peace. Not that I'm good with a gun, mind you, but someone's gotta do it, you know? Well, things aren't great here, but I've seen a lot worse. We've got the Fiends to the south of us, and that ain't good. The Scorpions hang out at the Monte Carlo when they aren't slinging chems or getting their heads blown off by the Fiends. Probably the best thing we've got going on is the co-op, run by Mr. Etienne. Get some help from the followers of the apocalypse, I think. Not so much lately. The NCR is giving them hell anytime they poke their damn heads out. Bless those boys and gals for getting rid of that vermin. I feel pity for any man or woman that gets addicted to chems, but when they prey on decent folk, well, then it's time to put them down. Not much to tell. Typical gang of dumb bullies and angry nobodies. They're holed up a bit south of here, in the Monte Carlo suites. They think they're tough, but anytime they tangle with the Fiends, they get torn right up. Food from the people and for the people. Anyone can buy, but the profits are shared by the folks who make the produce. Locals got these little gardens that do real well. Gosh darn well, truth be told. Etienne got some help from that Anderson kid, I think. Anyway, we don't gotta rely on merchants so much. And it means the troopers can use all the food they make over on East Side. Works out nice. What else did you want to chat about? Oh, yeah, that's mean son of a bitch. I know the name sounds bad, but he likes it. He's one nasty old coot. Far as I can tell, he's one of them original super mutants. What came from the boneyard. Wandered about after that master fellow died. Eventually got caught somewhere around the hub back at NCR. Boy, they sure treated him mean down there. Cut him up so bad he can't talk no more. I tried to buy him just so they'd stop hurting him, but they didn't want any of it. Turns out some of them night kids, whatever you call those sneaky super mutant types, got in and busted him out. I guess somebody named Tabitha led the bunch that freed him. Don't know much more than that. He just showed up here one day. Couldn't really talk, but he remembered me all right. Ever since then, he's just been, well, hanging around, I guess. Does odd jobs for folks and smashes the bad guys when they come poking around. Some folks steer clear of him, for sure, but you don't seem to mind. What else did you want to chat about? Sure. All right, then. Hopefully I've got something to wet your whistle. Okay, then.
Some cons got cornered.
You don't think there are any rat scorpions in here, do you?
Prim is a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away. Can't go anywhere else.
Want to see the best of New Vegas? Our sewers got it. The Thorn.
you ever heard this Mr. New Vegas guy on the radio? He's okay, but I'd do a way better job than him. Hey, maybe that's what I should do when I get to Vegas. You know, storm in there, take over the place. Open the new station.
Personal space meaning anything to you, lady? Freeside is the king's turf. Remember that.
Kick back and relax. Everything is allowed in Freeside.
Freeside is the king's turf. Remember that.
What's up?
Fucking expensive to get into the strip these days.
I hear the cons won't trouble us anymore. The NCR is fortunate to have your support.
Howdy.
Our former elder, Elijah, was obsessed with new technology. That's why we were at Helios. Fucking expensive to get into the strip these days.
McLafferty's a hard boss, but she knows what she's doing, that's for sure. Hello there. Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company. How can I help you today? The name's Hostetler, Don Hostetler. Can I help you with something? Huh? Oh, right, yeah. I'll take that. You should go now, before you draw any attention. Need anything? You know, hiring isn't really my department. You should talk to Miss McLafferty about work for hire. Like I said, talk to Alice McLafferty. She's in charge here. See ya.
Never see us.
I hear a troublesome Legion camp got rid. Keep an eye on the wildlife. What's up?
This water tastes green.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you? Certainly. What would you like to know? The Crimson Caravan Company has been in business for over 130 years. were partially responsible for the progress in the NCR. Well, the gunrunners continued to dominate the weapons market, and the Mormon traders from New Canaan control the majority of the northern routes. Normally, I oversee company operations at the hub in California. However, the New Vegas branch has been underperforming in recent years. Given the conditions here, it's not hard to see why. I'll change all that soon enough. All right. I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner. Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildern. Find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran. It's been a pleasure.
What is it?
If you could do anything at all, right now, what would it be? I'd take a shot.
If you're looking to buy or sell, you've come to the right man. The Crimson Caravan Company has this selection in the wasteland. Maybe. What do you want to know? Trade routes, my friend. Trade routes. Just about every major town in the wasteland has a Crimson Caravan. Out here, we usually split our caravans into smaller bands. That way, we don't lose everything if they get hit. It's not very efficient, though. But hopefully, we'll be able to start running larger caravans once things get civilized. A little place in the NCR called Oak Creek. Used to be a farming town until it got taken over by ranchers. I didn't want to herd Brahmin for a living, so I signed on with the Crimson Caravan and headed east. Not much to tell, really. Need anything else? Can do.
Doesn't that sound good?
See ya.
McLafferty's been riding asses again. Better lay low.
NCR Rangers deserve all my praise.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with visitors. With my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why? Nice-looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back. What's he like? Well, you don't have to do that anymore. Sounds like I better hurry to him. Any chance the Boomers would let me visit Nellis? This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
Son of a gun, you know that? You could fall into a barrel full of moon.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today? Don't get blown up. Hello, friend. Well, well, this is welcome news. Who is she? She's with those traders? They've tried to contact us before, but I'm not in trading with greedy savages. This presents a bit of a problem. Jack isn't allowed to leave Nellis, and I doubt she would make it through the artillery alive. I suppose Jack deserves a chance at love. You can tell Jack she has a free pass to enter. He is responsible for her actions. Do not make me regret this, outsider. Bye.
Have you seen her? The dreams? She does? You mean it? That's incredible. What happens next? Can she come here? How do we make sure she doesn't get blown up? Should I talk to the gunners or to Pearl? Here, take this boomer outfit. I'll let the gunners know she's coming, and not to shoot at her.
I wish we could find somewhere to go swimming.
Hey there. You looking to buy or sell? Me.
McLafferty's been riding asses again. Better lay low.
Hello again. How's your boomer friend? I was hoping you would. What's going on? Have they agreed to my safety yet? There's one more thing. I have a work contract with the Crimson Caravan, and if I walk away, I lose the wages they owe me. Could you do just one more thing for me and talk to Alice McLafferty about it? I know if I do it, she'll just say no. I'd hate to lose the money.
McLafferty's been riding asses.
Welcome back. Ah, yes. Her infatuation with a boomer she's never met. It's a small camp. Word gets around. She's aware she's breaking her contract, which is undoubtedly why she sent you to talk to me instead of coming herself. Janet is free to leave, but she forfeits the wages she's owed. That's the price of contract breaking. Take it or leave it. Being sentimental is not how I made the Crimson Caravan so successful, but I'll allow it, just this once. Janet will be paid what she's owed. Consider it a gift.
Have you spoken with McLafferty yet? That's great! I can't believe you went through all this trouble for me. Thank you.
Hi. I can't believe I'm going to meet my red-headed lady soon. I'm really nervous about it. Bye.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. Still on the land, there's a woman and
All right.
I'll
just wait here, alone.
Yeah,
Right
all
now,
right.
boss.
All right.
Okay,
We'll try to find something to do.
I'll just wait here, alone. While my heavily armed companion goes out of earshot, I'm sure.
Some folks will tell you I was wrong. Others will tell you I'm willing to.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
about time. You know, I almost found another map here in Korea. To fall around the waist like a lost dog.
I'm happy that we managed to raise the bomber in my lifetime.
Hello. It's great to finally meet you.
Hi there. It's great to meet you as well.
I'm glad you made it out here. You're even more stunning up close than you were at a distance.
And you're even more handsome up close. Do you think it'll be okay if I hang around here for a little while, so we can get to know each other better?
Of course it would. I'll have you set up with some quarters with some of the other women.
Hey. Thank you for getting me here. Jack is a great guy. Nelson will serve as
Watch your
example.
steps, sister.
We'll bleed the ground red with anyone who opposes our peace efforts.
Thank you for getting Janet to Nellis. I've never been so happy in my entire life. Bye.
Gotcha.
protect us, Lord, and keep us safe.
Yeah, keep that freaking me.
Bad for that.
It's over.
Hey, Six, you hungry? I can make us some nice surprise if you want. See what you do is, you get a dead thing, you wipe its ass, you show it a match, and then you eat it.
You ain't gonna win this. Ma used to say a shotgun was like a sheriff's badge. It gives you authority.
We might be able to find some Nevada agave around here.
Guess my eyes weren't playing tricks after all.
I'm gonna be busy after this one.
You ever had a pet? I had a mantis once. Senor Slicey Hands. He was like a green dog that clicked and scared the fuck out of people. Forget whatever happened to him.
desserts.
Wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
right?
Who's
That's
talking
three.
to, Six?
I'll just wait here alone. On my heavily.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright.
About
Just kinda
time.
standing
You
around
know,
was
I
getting
almost found another
excited.
masquerading courier to follow around the waste like a lost dog.
Nelson's in our hands. Hope we can defend it this time.
I always wanted to grow up a Southern belle. Problem is, out here, the only thing you're gonna dress is a bullet wound.
It's been a long tour. All I can think about now is going back home.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit. Later.
wish I had a damn shame about Morales. She enlisted to be closer to her husband.
6, I'm bored. Do you want to play I Spy?
There's a lot more
You can go
troops here than we
first.
thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
6.
Hey, you got a second? The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known if we don't change course, we're going to fall apart or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. Great! Thanks. Thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
You're new. I'm Angela Williams. Were you just looking around, or... This? The OSI lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time. I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway. Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible. You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though. I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you. Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
Hey. A pleasure to meet you. Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22? From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice? Oh? What might those be? The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters, medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office. Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads. Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course. Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so. We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying, but those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure. Directly? No. To maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like exceptional or marvelous or... I see. Of course you did. To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have. Yes.
A little busy at the moment. Nice to...
All right. I'm trying to find something to
Do you
do.
think we'll run into anyone you know while we're here?
While my heavily armed companion goes out of earshot.
Yeah,
All
all
right.
right.
Just when the standing
Let's
around
move.
was getting exciting.
Hey,
We still need a contractor on our Vault 22 project. Interested? Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Doesn't matter. We'll keep that to ourselves. Vault 22. Where to begin? Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible? Fair enough. My point is this. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated. Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you? I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course. Best of luck to you. Not that you'll need it. You seem like a reasonably competent person.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job? I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs? But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead. I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it. Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them? I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So, I'm guessing pretty old. Years? Maybe more. Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because, well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually. The director? He's very well-spoken and knowledgeable. He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does. He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to do this job until the project is finished. Then in Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab. Head researcher. Right. If you can find Keeley,